Faster Mind, good evening and welcome to the Max Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. And we start with a song for May, Don't You Go Rushing by Lisa Knapp.
Don't you go a-rushing, maids in May. Don't you go a-rushing, maids, I say. For if you go a-rushing, they're sure to get you blushing. They'll steal your rushes away. I went a-rushing, it was in May. I went a-rushing, maids, I say. I went a-rushing, they caught me a-blushing. They stole my rushes away. He promised me a chicken without any bone, promised me a cherry without any stone. He promised me a ring that has no rim. He promised me a babe with no squalling. Don't you go a-rushing, maids in May. Don't you go a-rushing, maids, I say. For if you go a-rushing, they're sure to get you blushing. They'll steal your brushes away. How can you have a chicken without any bone? How can there be a cherry without any stone? How can there be a ring without any rim? How can there be a babe with no squalling? Don't you go a-rushing, maids in May. Don't you go a-rushing, maids, I pray. For if you go a-rushing, you're sure to get you blushing. They'll steal your brushes away. When the chicken's in the egg, it has no bone. When the cherry's blooming, it has no stone. When the ring is melting, it has no rim. When the babe's in the making, there's no squalling. Don't you go a-rushing, maids in May. Don't you go a-rushing, maids, I say. For if you go a-rushing, they're sure to get you blushing. They'll steal your rushes away.
That's a mellow start to the show, but I do love everything that Lisa Knapp has released. Ever since I first bought Wild and Undaunted back in 2007, I think. All of her albums have been collaborations with her partner Jerry Diver, and the latest one, which is called Hinterland, is actually credited to both of them. And don't forget they're playing at the Manannan Festival at the Erin Arts Centre at the start of July. I'm really looking forward to that. Next up, something from the Deadly Diddley Band. I can't remember the date of this release, but it was a band that included Mary Malloy, John Ryan, Andy Borders, Peter Lewis, Tony Hewson and Liam Nugent, and they recorded at Dave McLean's The Farm studio, which certainly means it was quite a long time ago. And the track I'm going to play tonight from this rare CD is the Charlie Chaplin Rag. An excellent track led by Mary Malloy and great drawing by John Ryan too. I'll play something else from that CD soon. Here's a track that came up on Shuffle a few days ago. It's Silbury Hill by Edgelarcs. I think at the time this album Mind, M-Y-N-D, was released under the names Philip Henry and Hannah Martyn, but soon after they changed the duo name to Edgelarcs, because people used to get the names all in the wrong order. Philip Henry, Hannah Martyn, 4 first names potentially, and thus Edgelarcs was born. Anyway, it's from 2013, and as I say, the track is Silbury Hill.
When she stands on Silbury Hill, barrel-eyed, she watches still from the top, or so I'm told. She could see to the edge of the world. Driving to London so late in the night, taking the long weary road over Salisbury Plain, lying waiting deep in the dark, a few headlights shine before us. Deep in the earth here are the barrowlands below. She stands on Silbury Hill, barrel-eyed, she watches still from the top, so I'm told. She can see to the edge of the world. I could see a young girl some time ago, 5,000 years, walking the top of the long barrow. The wind in she stands slime tall. She can see to the edge of the world. Now they are sleeping. Only the trees know the secrets they were keeping. But sometimes they still tell them to the wind. So softly the sky tells the birds who come and sing them to you and to me. Now here is the city, its skyscrapers are standing stars. But no mysteries here, no singing wind, no ancient bones, just strange alchemy of the bankers, turning debt into gold. In 5,000 years, what will we have built for the future to hold when she stands on silvery barrel and she watches still from the top of slime tall. She can see to the edge of the
Lovely to hear that again by Edgelarks. I think that album was my entry point to their music. Now, music happening this week on the Isle of Man, well, the usual sessions will be happening, I'm sure. So they are, of course, O'Donnell's in Douglas on Wednesday night, the Mitre in Ramsey on Friday night, and there will be a Sunday afternoon session. Check social media to find out where it is. There'll be the Folk Club in Ramsey on Thursday night, and it's quite likely there'll be something happening at the Sailors' Shelter on Wednesday night too. Also on Wednesday night, it's Blues Night at the Railway in Douglas. Unusually, I won't be there because hopefully when this show goes out, I'll be in the north of Norway on a bit of a sea kayak expedition. Anyway, here's a bluesy track from probably my favourite album of all time. Such things change on a daily basis, but this one's fairly constant. It's Solid Air by John Martyn, and the track is Easy Blues.
Jelly roll baker, can I please be your slave? When Gabriel blows his horn, I'm gonna rise from my grave for you. Sweet and jelly roll, baked up best jelly roll in town. You're the only man baking jelly, and you're keeping your damn down. They say, can I place an order for 3 weeks ahead? I'd rather have your jelly than my own baking bread, 'cause I'm just crazy about your jelly. I'm so wild about your jelly roll. You're the only man bakes some jelly, and you keep it in your soul. Take all my women, you can sure keep them all. I got a brand new secret that your man can't catch on to at all. I'm a jelly roll maker. the best jelly roll in town. I'm the only man making jelly, and I'll keep my damn foot down. I'm the only man baking jelly, and I'll keep my damn foot down. I'm the only man making jelly, and I'll keep my damn foot down. I'm the only man making jelly, and I'll keep my damn foot down. Underneath the trees, jelly in my knees, got them gentle blues. Got me on the floor, got me screaming out for more of your gentle blues. I'm trying to get to you all day. I've been trying to get to hear you say that you're never gonna let me lose my gentle blues.
Just phenomenal playing by John Martyn and Danny Thompson on the double bass in the main part of that track before the coda. I saw John Martyn play a few times, but only once with Danny Thompson, and I think, it was the summer before I moved to the Isle of Man at a festival, just the two of them. So that must have been 1987. Right, so as I said, at the moment, I'm hopefully in the north of Norway, in the Lofoten Islands, doing some kayaking. And it just so happens that our friends Kit Hawes and Aaron Catlow have a track called Lofoten on their album The Fox. I seem to remember Kit introducing this at the Institute and saying that he wrote it either whilst he was there on a trip or soon after he returned. So that was the wonderful Aaron Catlow on fiddle and Kit Hawes on guitar with their track Lofoten. I've got another track of that name coming up very soon, but first another guitar vocal fiddle duo, one that we used to see on a regular basis at Shrewsbury Folk Festival and really enjoy, Greg Russell and Kieran Algar. I don't think either of them is doing very much musically at the moment, which is a shame, but here's a track by them called The Queen's Lover.
Born in September, sat under the tree. She read all the books, she was different from me. When she came to my attention, I watched her each day. The Queen of old England, my heart stole away when they told me the news. I watched the leaf fall, her father, she loved him, but most of all, she promised she'd be different and hear the people call. For Edward and Mary, we ruined it all. I danced at her court and I watched her smile to new tunes from Europe, brought home with the piles of gold and of silver. She knighted them gay, the pirates of England, my queen stole away. And we counselled her, and I gave sound advice, but her heart over my country was my only vice. I was the minority against the old dog. The young man from Paris came through the door. I knew what he wanted, I'd seen his like before. He was charming, handsome, I watched his courtly ways. Come lads, for favour I'll march you to Spain. I was shadowed by downfall, why did she give me hope? But I was her favourite, and we danced in the ropes. But when I did fall, her counsel came down, her hopes with her lover, and the fall of her crown. Her hopes with her lover, and the fall of her crown. Her hopes with her lover, and the fall of her crown.
So I was browsing around on the internet and I came across another track called Lofoten. And this is actually a relatively new single just released last year by a band called Raw. At least that's how I think you pronounce it. The O has one of those diagonal lines through it, so I'm not totally sure. It's Norwegian and a very lovely piece of music too, so I thought I'd play it for you. Here's a track from the very first Imagined Village album, which must be, 20 years ago now? The album was just called The Imagined Village, and this is Acres of Ground featuring Eliza Carthy.
Why
Now, for next week's show, I thought we'd have a theme. I hadn't had one for a while, and I thought it would be birds. And I've ended up with so many songs that the rest of tonight's show is also themed on birds. And I start with a track I'd not actually heard before, which is called The Cormorant by someone called Leo Robinson. On the website it says he's an integral part of the Manchester and Glasgow underground scenes. And he announced his debut solo album, The Temple, in 2023. As I say, this is The Cormorant.
Look at the moorhen, look at the swallow too, the sparrows in the brambles, you see what they do. Oh yeah. The shallow water is muddy and wide, the shallow water with me on the side. Yeah. Someone is diving for fish. I sing to the cormorant and I send him a wish. Like this. Like this. Everything is big here, but I'm bigger still. I'm a 10-ton heron with a whale in my bill. Oh yeah. Everything is big here, but I'm bigger still. I'm a 10-ton heron with a whale in my bill. Oh yeah.
Well, that's very different and rather lovely. I must listen to the rest of that album. It also seemed to tick off at least 5 different types of bird from the list as well, so that's very useful. Here's a track I probably played you last May, but it's just perfect for this time of year. The Birds in the Spring by Emily Portman and Rob Harbron.
One May morning early, I chanced for to roam, and strolled through the field by the side of the grove. It was there I the harmless but sane, and you never hurt so sweet, you never hurt so sweet, you never hurt so sweet as the birds in the spring. At the edge of the grove, I sat myself down, and the song of the nightingale echoed all round. Their song was so charming, their notes were so clear. No music nor songster, no music nor songster, no music nor songster can with them compare. All you that come here, the small birds to hear, I'll have you pay attention and pray you'll draw near. And when you're growing old, you will have this to say, that you never hurt so sweet, you never hurt so sweet, you never hurt so sweet as the birds on the spray.
Well, that really is lovely, isn't it? Emily Portman and Rob Harbron from an album called Time Was Away from a few years ago. Here's something very different. Mississippi John Hurt from the late 1920s, I think, and CHICKEN Blues.
C is the way to begin. H, the next letter in. I am the third. C for the season to play. K is the filling in. E, I'm near the end. CHICKEN. That's the way to spell chicken.
Now, I've played you a few Neil Young tracks recently. I wouldn't normally feature him quite as much, but you can't have a show with the theme birds without playing this song.
Lover, there will be another one who'll hover over you beneath the sun. Tomorrow, see the things that never come today. When you see me fly away without you, shadow on the things you know, feathers fall around you and show you the way to go. It's over. It's over.
Nestled in your wings, my little one is special. Morning brings another sun. Tomorrow, see the things that never come today. When you see me fly away without you, shadow on the things you know, feathers fall around you and show you the way to go. It's over. It's over.
That is, of course, Birds by Neil Young, from the album After the Gold Rush from 1970. When I was a teenager, my mate Phil Argument, who was a couple of years older than me, lent me that album, along with a couple of Richard Thompson albums, and changed my tastes in music in many ways, from all the Hawkwind and Gong and Deep Purple that I was listening to at the time. So well done, Phil. Right, time for just one more track, and it's The Blackbird by the Bothy Band. I'll be back with another pre-recorded show next week. I'll still be away, playing you some of the best folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world about birds. And I hope you'll join me then.